a podcast that talks about music, movies, sports, and news.
To know the people, promoting and sharing with the world a beautiful story.
This is Frail Fragments Monster Closet. Hey, this is the Monster Closet episode number 84, Friday, October 18th, 2024. We're here with Peril from Phantom High. I'm so excited that he's here. I've wanted to do a show with these guys since I first saw their video playing Velvet Underground. I don't know when that was, 2017 or something like that. Our guitarist, who's friends with Peril, got me onto them, and I mean, the first time I saw that video was like, I saw the air changing in the Velvet, or I think it was the Velvet. Yeah, it was the Velvet. The air was changing. Yeah. The air was changing in that venue, and it was just like something really cool. I mean, something really cool was happening, and at that moment, like, I just, always had these guys in my head that I wanted to do a show with these guys, and it's pretty cool that we got a Halloween gig coming up with Phantom High, Birdie, the Android Meme, Frail Fragment, live at the Atria, Saturday night, October 26th. That's going to be a sick fucking show, dude.
That's going to be a hell of a lineup. Yeah, I felt the same thing at the Velvet. Like, it was our first Toronto show ever, and
wow.
I remember looking down and just seeing people looking up with like their mouths agaped or smiling, or everybody's phone was up, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. We're in a vibe here. So yeah,
I just want to give you like a little window into this world. We're talking, Peril has produced songs, hundreds of songs. He performs in high heels. Like, the show they deliver is insane. The amount of torture they go through to perform these shows is insane, and to see it live, I'm so excited to be able to share the show with you guys. You have no idea what an honor it is to play with you, and I feel like you're a great talent.
Likewise.
Yeah, man, and like, I see your drive, and it's just awesome that you guys are playing shows again. I'm seeing, like, you guys had a El Macombo gig, and that's a wild place to play. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that was definitely a bucket list. It wasn't like an ideal overlap on demographic with the band we were playing, but sometimes you just got to say screw it and go with something that's kind of unconventional, just to see what it yields. And what an amazing venue the Elmo is. I've never played in a place that has that level of technical fortitude.
Yeah, man.
And it was like they meet you at the door. They have a guy that's literally shadows you to take you everywhere you want to go. The techs have all of the wireless stuff already synced when you walk in. Like, you literally just go in and play and then leave.
Yeah. We had the pleasure of playing there last year in June, I think it was. Like, a showcase asked us to play there, an INIC showcase, we hopped on it, we showed up, and we're like, holy fuck, dude, like, this is amazing. Like, the stage was incredible. Like, that's a multi-million-dollar venue, dude. Like, I mean, I love that place. The sound was incredible, and it was like you said, a well-oiled machine. And I played there when I was 14 years old, and when it was a big fucking shithole, right? So,
right.
I mean, it was crazy to see the contrast, but I'm glad that place is still beating.
I kind of wish I got to play in the shithole. Like, I kind of wish I had that nostalgic memory,
Yeah, it's cool, man. I've been doing this a long time too, so I can appreciate you for following, like, your dreams and like, yeah. So why do you do what you do? Why is it that you go to the extent that you do to make this performance happen?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Some of it is catharsis. Some of it is, you know, like my first memories of like rock music were of glam bands and stuff like that, right? And I've ever since I was a, you know, just able to talk, even,
Yeah.
I've had this duality where, you know, I'm kind of non-binary. I'm just, you know, I've had this all my life. So to be able to perform the way that I want and to put forward the, you know, the facade, it's actually, the funny part is that my daily life, I wear that like a facade. This is actually more true to my inner self than,
Right.
you know. So I just, you know, I guess to speak to your overall question, I feel like that's how art should be. It's not always. Sometimes the best art is uncomfortable for the artist. I guess that's the way
Yeah.
that goes.
Yeah, for sure. I see that.
And boy, I'll tell you, it is something. Like that bovine show we just did, I wore some new shoes that I had got, and I think they're like 5 or 6 inch heels. And yeah, it's attrition.
Yeah,
It's hell
man.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah, from like just adding that layer to the show for me is it's hard to wrap my head around, but I can certainly, you know, try to appreciate it, right? Because, you know, you get to a show and there's all these people wanting to talk to you, and it's noisy, and you don't want to talk too much because, you know, you don't want to kill your voice, and it's loud, and you're yelling, and it's hot, and you set up, and everything's going on. There's people calling your phone, telling you that they're outside, and this and that,
Yes.
and you're on stage, and lights are gleaming in your face, and you can't see anything, and it's too hot, and nothing's working, and this and that, and then you play, but then you have to, like, to do that the way you do it is something. It's like another layer of just attrition that you need.
Yeah, it is very difficult. And you know, I'll share a secret with you. The fucking worst element of that is that I don't know why I'm constantly, I like them, and I always wear cat suits, and it's just the worst, because if you have to piss like that, I'll tell you what, it's waiting until the end of the night. So if you have to piss at 7 o'clock, hope you can hold that till 12 o'clock when you get off stage, because that's what's happening. So I don't want to dehydrate myself, but I also don't want to drink water. So yeah, and also the other thing is that to maintain a sense of character, it's easy for somebody at, say, a Slipknot level, or, you know, any of the other bands that wear costumes or masks or you know, personas. It's easy for them because they're set in an environment where they don't have to operate tangibly, you know, with people in a real-time element. Whereas underground bands, like, I have to wait in the fucking U-Haul van in character for our show to start. Then I have to come on and do, you know, this entrance, and then I have to stay in character until the end of the night, because if you jump out of character, you've just shit all over all of the work that you've spent, you know, the last 7 years doing. So sometimes I drive off in the U-Haul still in character, right? So, which is funny, but it's also like a component that, it's maybe the hardest component, is to operate as a tangible person. You know, I can't just go to a club in character to see one of my friends' shows, because they're not going to let you in the door with a mask, or nobody understands the context in which you're there until it's elaborated upon. But I wouldn't do it any other way.
Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Yeah, like you're presenting like a performance, an entertainment piece, right? That show is an entertainment piece, and it's a performance, and that's great, right? Like, that's part of the performance. That makes it more of a deeper performance, and that's where maybe the air does change, right? And that's part of that air changing, right? Because you guys are something else, right? You guys are changing or taking over the energy for that time frame, right? And that's so cool, man. Like, and what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of like, and our entire mantra is to, you know, like the music is there. The music, I'm happy in my artistry, you know, I'm happy with the music, so I don't need anything necessarily to sell. You know, some people will be like, oh, you know, those guys, whoever said band here, you know, they only do all of that stuff because, you know, they're not a good band or whatever. Like, that was the first thing we established before any of this. You know, we were doing band stuff, focusing on songwriting, melodies, you know, hooks, song arrangements, production. We were focusing on all of that, you know, 15 years before any of the aesthetics came into play. You know, that wasn't after. The aesthetics were just a tool for delivery, you know. And I feel like
Right.
the entire thing we kind of thought out is like, if you can look good and capture people's interest and attention before you ever strike a string or sing a note or hit a drum, you're already ahead of the curve, because you walk into a place and you already look like you have some sense of authority artistically. So, you know, that was just something that I noticed, and because a lot of analyzing bands, you know, like I would sit down with YouTube or at a show and I would say, what is it? What's the thing that has me captivated right now? And I would take note of those things, and then I would later on take those notes and see, where do I fall into this? Like, how do I own this energy? And so then you look at your characteristics and the things in your toolkit, and you're like, okay, I have this, and this, and then you build on that, and ideas spawn off of ideas and other ideas, and everything you see becomes this amalgamation of this character. You know, like when you see those pictures where it's like a bunch of TV screens and there's like 1,000 of them and they form some mosaic, you know, picture, and you're like, wow, that's composed of all these other little elements. And that's kind of what we are, you know, that definitively, that's kind of what we are as a band. We've taken all of these snapshots of things that inspired us, that made us feel things, and then paired our imaginations with that, and this thing just kind of writes itself.
And it's evolving into what you're going to see next Saturday, October 26th, at the Atria for Halloween.
I'm so excited to also play with you guys finally, but also to play in Oshawa. Like, I can't wait to get to Oshawa, Hamilton, Kitchener, London, you know, all of these places that I know there's like amazing audiences like that love rock music, that love heavy music, that, you know, want to be entertained, and the big bands don't necessarily always get through there. You know, sometimes they do, but not always. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is to just really resonate and have like meaningful exchanges and interfaces with people in real time. So yeah,
and that's why I'm doing this Monster Closet. You know, I want like a little bit of a deeper insight into the show and into the musicians that play the shows, and just, you know, create something special. And thank you so much for doing this and putting yourself out there. And, you know, I can't wait to, you know, hang out with you next week. I'm going to give it my all too, folks. And, it's going to be awesome. Android Meme and Birdie as well. Killer night of music at the Atria next Saturday, October 26th. You could check out FrailFragment.com. You could check out PhantomHigh.ca. Is there any handles you want to promote right now?
No, not at the moment. I mean, just Phantom High, and I do have an electronic project, a side project called Ladies of the Night with Seven, our guitar player. So
Nice.
that's probably going to happen in 2025.
Nice.
So
Do you have anything recorded right now, like that's online?
We have no, nothing released. We have it all recorded though. Everything is recorded. All of the logos, everything are ready to go. We just need to launch it on social media. But we, because of the type of year it's been for Phantom High, we've just kind of put it on pause to get everything right. You know, we've landed on a drummer.
Nice.
And you know, there was a lineup change, and wasn't really stoked on that. It wasn't something that I wanted or necessarily foresaw in advance. It's just, you know, people want different things. There's different levels of dedication required. There's different levels of you know, cohesiveness that exists. And, we weren't all operating on the same frequency, and you know, for the most part, I think everybody feels like they're where they should be now. And you know, we have a show with our former drummer's band, Trick Casket.
Nice.
Check those guys out. Those guys are
they're
awesome.
fucking heavy, man. Holy shit, they sound fucking cool.
Yeah.
Did Brett Carruthers
I'm really
produce them?
excited for that.
Was Brett the producer for those guys?
From
yeah.
Brett Carruthers. Yeah, from A Primitive Evolution, another wicked band.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, thank you, Peril. We'll see you next week. And again, thank you so much. Take care.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Peace, man.